Hello, good evening. Welcome back again. I'm so sorry. The internet connection is very um, slow. Yeah, so it's not that strong. So I'm so sorry earlier. Okay, let's continue. Right? So let's continue with our reading comprehension. I guess I will not explain anymore about reading comprehension because we already know this. Now, all you have to do is understand the question, read all the choices, read the question first, and yeah, do not stick on one question only. All right? And please read all the choices before you come up or before you conclude with your correct answer. All right? So let's continue. Let's have number one. Okay? Again, I'm very sorry earlier kung nawala ako bigla. I'm so sorry. I did not also notice that my internet connection was gone. Kaya, let's continue. Okay? Let's have number one. So, Boracay was the most famous beach in the Philippines and is also known as a blessed island. And I have never met anyone who has not been enthralled and fascinated when they visited Boracay. So, the first time you set foot on its powder like sand, you'll surely feel lucky to be in a paradise island. The moment you see its crystal pristine water, you'll be so thankful you're alive. Many locals and foreigners go there again and again, not only because of the breathtaking view, but also because to celebrate life and its blessings. Now, the best title for the above article is A. Famous beach in the Philippines. B. The beach of Boracay. C. Boracay, a blessed island. Or D. Why people go to Boracay. So, which is the best title for the above article? Okay, so let's have the correct answer. Okay. Okay, so first let's explain. Okay, let's explain first. So we have letter D, why people go to Boracay. So we'll primarily discuss the reasons people visit Boracay. So potentially listing activities or attractions, right? While people go to Boracay. Here, also, its primary focus is on the overall feeling and experience of being on the island. So, in the passage, the overall experience, right? The overall experience of being on the island rather than a detailed list of options for letter D. So, why people go to Boracay? This is also correct if, again, the passage is listing activities of our attractions, all about activities and attractions. Next, for letter A, it is too general, no? Famous beach in the Philippines. This is way too general and doesn't capture the unique aspects of Boracay, right? So, famous beach in the Philippines. There are a lot of famous beaches in the Philippines, not just Boracay. So, again, very general, not emphasizing, no, the feeling and nature and the feeling of being blessed when visiting. Next, letter B, the beach of Boracay. So this is more specific than option A, no? More specific siya, but still lacks the emotional and descriptive quality that the article conveys. Okay? Next, and it doesn't highlight the special allure and the blessed feeling associated with Boracay. Now, for letter C, summarize the main points of the article, right? So the unique and enchanting nature of Boracay, which is also known as a blessed island. So it states there that Boracay is known as a blessed island. And why is it called a blessed island? So follow up with a lot of statements or supporting statements about Boracay. So that concludes that our correct answer is letter C. That's correct. Very good. Now let's continue. Let's have number 2. Malaysia airline flight MH370's disappearance is still under investigation. Many countries joined in the search for what really happened and where the aircraft is now. The flight lost contact with air traffic controllers about an hour after its takeoff. The weather was fine when the aircraft was flying, so it adds more theories about other possible reasons of the aircraft's fate. The oil slick spotted off Vietnam's coast turned out to be fuel oil used in cargo ships, so it has nothing to do with the aircraft. Interpol, who says the disappearance of the jet plane has nothing to do with terrorist attack. More questions are adding to this quest, and no specific answer is given and proven yet. Now, the above selection supports the idea of, is it A, B, C, or D? Again, the above selection supports the idea of what? Number 2, please write the number of the item and then your answer. Okay, so let's try to answer. Okay, first let's have letter D. Okay, letter D, the flight MH370 is in Bermuda Triangle. So the passage focuses on the search efforts, right? And theories. So the passage focuses on the search efforts and theories related to the aircraft's disappearance, not on the specific and geographically unrelated theory. Is in Bermuda Triangle. So Bermuda Triangle was not mentioned in the passage. So that means this is not the correct answer. Next, we have letter C. So in the passage, it states that the aircraft lost contact and that there are many theories but still no confirmed answers. But for letter C, must have crashed after lost contact. It seems like you are already concluding with your answer, or concluding, and you're already confirming the theories. But again, it yes, it's true that the aircraft lost contact, but it wasn't confirmed that it wasn't confirmed that it was after. No, that it must have crashed after lost contact. So this is just a theory. So it's not. Next we have B. So the passage emphasizes the ongoing investigation and the involvement of multiple countries. So the lack of clear answers and the rejection of certain theories. Now, that flight MH370's disappearance is still a mystery, and suggests first option A suggests a specific theory about the location of the aircraft. So again, somewhere under the sea, but still this is not yet confirmed. That means option B is more, shall we say, justifiable. No, disappearance is still a mystery. Why is still a mystery? Because again, involves lack of clear answers. Still, there are rejection of certain theories, and there are involvement of multiple countries, which means that the disappearance of MH370 is not yet determined. That means it's still a mystery. And the correct answer is letter B. So the correct answer here is letter B. So that flight MH370's disappearance is still a mystery because the passage is all about the ongoing investigation and more about theories that no specific answer or haven't been proven yet. Okay? So let's continue. Let's have number 3. Flappy Bird, a mobile game created in 2013 by Dong Nguyen from Vietnam, became a hit at the start of 2014. At the end of January 2014, it was the most downloaded game in the iOS App Store. The game is extremely addictive and difficult, so users strive harder to score higher. Due to its intense popularity, the creator decided to remove it from the App Store. Because of its millions of downloads, Nguyen claimed he was making $50,000 per day from it. The demand of Flappy Bird made some gadgets owners to sell their devices with Flappy Bird installed for twice or thrice their original price. Okay, so now what is the best title for the above article? Is it A, most downloaded game, B, the demand of Flappy Bird game, C, Flappy Bird app, or D, the rise of game apps? What is the best title? Anyone? Okay, so the correct answer for number three is okay, it's first. Let's have first letter D. So letter D, the rise of game apps. So this is abroad and suggests a discussion about the general rise of mobile game apps, not just the Flappy Bird, but all the rising game apps, right? So this is a no. Next, we have here A highlights only one aspect of the article, most downloaded game. So what is the most downloaded game? Again, though Flappy Bird is a most downloaded game, but still, it doesn't involve the game's popularity. It doesn't cover other important points like it's addictive, the creator's decision to remove it, and the second, market demand. Right? We have here extremely addictive, and then um, the the creator decided to remove it, and then the owners, gadget owners, to sell their devices, right? So still, it's not really that concrete, no? Next, we have here, okay, the correct answer here is letter B. It's the demand of Flappy Bird game. So the demand of Flappy Bird game is is more convincing, no? Why the demand of Flappy Bird? Because it talks about the passage, or the article talks about the the popularity of the game and the important, the addictive, extremely addictive, and the creator decided to remove it. Gadgets owner to sell their devices. That means talks about the demand of the Flappy Bird game. So when you say Flappy Bird app, it's just that the Flappy Bird app, right? Talks about the Flappy Bird, but not talks about beyond the Flappy Bird app. Okay, now let's continue. That means the correct answer for number three is letter B, the demand of Flappy Bird game. Okay, yes, so again, letter C, too general and does not capture the key points, and B encompasses the overall theme of the article. Okay, let's have number four. According to NASA, effects that scientists had predicted in the past would result from global climate change are now occurring, like loss of sea ice, accelerated sea level rise, and longer, more intense heat waves. Even our Earth's average temperature has increased about 1 degree in Fahrenheit in the 20th century. Many experts and scientists believe that global temperature will continue to rise from 2.5 to degrees Fahrenheit over the next century. Now, which of the following conclusions best summarizes the selection above? We're looking for a conclusion that best summarizes the selection. Is it A, climate change will continue to get worse until humanity takes serious actions to stop it, or B, global climate change is happening on Earth now, C, the effects of climate change are getting extremely dangerous, or letter D, global climate change and its effects are occurring and are likely to increase over time. Number four. Okay, for number four, the correct answer for number four is okay. Correct answer for number four is letter. Okay, first before we discuss or before we find out the correct answer, let's try to explain first or analyze the choices. First, choice A or option A emphasizes the need for what human intervention, right, to mitigate climate change. So again, climate change will continue to get worse until humanity takes serious actions to stop it. This is not a conclusion. All right, it's more about you're introducing an idea of action steps. So this is an action steps. Next, B, it confirms that it confirms that climate change is happening, but does not address the ongoing and future effects mentioned. Again, we're talking about the ongoing and future effects of climate change. So it's happening right now. Though it's true that it's happening right now, but again, it doesn't conclude or it doesn't summarize the ongoing and future effects also. Next, C, so this choice focuses on the severity of climate change effects, no? Are getting extremely dangerous. It's not it did not mention anything about the ongoing and the future effects of it. It's just that it states that they are getting extremely dangerous. Next, for letter D, so here, climate change and its effects are occurring and are likely to increase over time. That means climate change is currently happening, so its effects are being observed and that they are likely to increase and effects are expected to increase in the future. That means letter D is the correct answer for number four. Very good, everyone. Now let's continue. Let's have number five. So, number five, Mark Zuckerberg, co founder and CEO of Facebook, spoke with President Barack Obama to discuss about internet privacy impositions by the US government. Zuckerberg said, "The internet works because most people and companies do the same. We work together to create the secure environment and make our shared space even better for the world. This is why I've been so confused and frustrated by the repeated reports of the behavior of the US government. When our engineers work tirelessly to improve security, we imagine we're protecting you against criminals, not our own government. The US government should be the champion for the internet, not a threat. It needs to be much more transparent about what it's doing, or people will believe the worst. I've called President Obama to express my frustration over the damage the government is creating for all of our future. Unfortunately, it seems like it will take a very long time for true full reform. So, it's up to us, all of us, to build the internet we want. Together, we can build a space that is greater and a more important part of the world than anything we have today, but are also safe and secure. I'm committed to seeing this happen, and you can count on Facebook to do our part. Now, why is internet privacy very important to all of us? So based on the passage, no, why is internet privacy very important to all of us? Is it A, because it is not safe to trust anyone with our online accounts? B, because nobody really owns the internet, it is a free space? Or C, because it protects and secures not only our online accounts, but also our online activities? Or letter D, because the government's protection is not enough? Okay, for number five, let's try to analyze first. We have letter A, because it is not safe to trust anyone with our online accounts. So here, it highlights the importance of being cautious about who has access to our online accounts. Yes, this is true, but again, it is too narrow, right? It does not include the broader scope of internet privacy. Okay, next, for letter B, it points out the decentralized nature of the internet, because nobody really owns the internet. It is a free space. Yes, no, it's true. It's true that nobody really owns the internet. It is a free space. But again, but the statement does not directly address the importance, no, of internet privacy and security. It's all about explaining what internet privacy is very important to all of us. Next, C, because it protects and secures not only our online accounts but also our online activities. So it emphasizes the protection of both our online accounts and our activities. And D, because the government's protection is not enough. Well, this is not likely the reason, no? This is not likely the reason why internet privacy is very important. So the correct answer here is, okay, it's letter C. No, it's letter C. Why we need, or why is it important for all of us? Internet privacy, because it protects and secures not only our online accounts but also our online activities. Okay? So it's letter C. Now let's continue. Let's have number 6. Search engine optimization, aka SEO, is vital for a website to stay successful for a long time. The world of internet continues to evolve, so website owners must stay in the game by making updates while practicing effective SEO. Great content and correct SEO are the blood of a website, because without them, a site could die. Now, the paragraph is mainly about what? So, this paragraph, was it mainly about? Is it A, the importance of search engine optimization? B, the life of a successful website? C, the secrets of making a website successful? Or letter D, how to apply search engine optimization? Number 6. Number 6. What is the correct answer for number 6? Okay, so let's have number 6. Okay, let's explain first now. For letter D, let's try letter D first. Now, for letter D, in the paragraph, it discusses the importance of SEO in general terms and does not delve into the specific of how to apply it. Now, this would be correct. Now, this would be correct. Statement D, or choice option D, is correct if would be correct if the paragraph provided specific instructions, right, or techniques for implementing SEO, but it doesn't, or it didn't. No, so that means this is not correct. Now, for letter C, so the paragraph primarily focuses on one key aspect, the SEO, and it does not provide a broader range of tips or secrets. Again, secrets of making a website successful. It didn't, no, it did not provide some tips or secrets. Next, letter B, the life of a successful website. So related, still related but unclear. Why? Because the paragraph specifically focuses on the role of the SEO rather than discussing the overall life of a website. Okay. Next, the importance of search engine optimization, and that is the correct answer. Why? Because it identifies the main idea of the paragraph, which is the SEO being crucial for the longevity and the success of a website. That means the importance of search engine optimization. Number 6 is letter A. Okay, number 7. There are around 2 million Filipinos without jobs today. That includes graduates and undergraduates. According to survey, there will be another half million to graduate this year without possible job placements. Unemployed people complain about job shortage. Many go to the cities to apply to some companies, but end up going home with nothing. Unemployment rate increases each year even though there are many job fairs. Now, the paragraph states that is it A, unemployment in the Philippines is common, B, unemployment rate in the Philippines is seriously increasing, or C, unemployment in the Philippines must be solved, or D, unemployment solutions for Filipinos. Number 7. Number 7, which is the correct answer. Number 7. Okay, so let's explain further. First, let's have letter D. Now, the employment solutions for Filipinos. So take note that the paragraph focuses on the problem of increasing unemployment, no, and does not offer solutions. Again, the paragraph focuses on the problem of increasing unemployment and does not offer solutions. So this is not correct. Now, for letter C, um, unemployment in the Philippines must be solved. So this one, the paragraphs did not state, no, that it must be solved. This is only a call to action to address and resolve unemployment. So the paragraph did not state that unemployment in the Philippines must be solved. So this is just a call to action, right? Next, A, unemployment in the Philippines is common. Well, of course, it's common. Unemployment is a frequent or typical occurrence in the Philippines, right? But also, unemployment rate in the Philippines is seriously increasing. So, in the paragraph, provides statistics and examples to show that the unemployment rate is rising despite efforts like job fairs. So, in the paragraph, it states there some statistics and examples. So that means the paragraph states that unemployment rate in the Philippines is seriously increasing. Okay, so let's continue. The correct answer is letter B. Number 7, the correct answer is letter B. How about number 8? In the Olympic Peninsula of Northwest Washington State, a small town named Forks exists under a near constant cover of clouds. It rains on this inconsequential town more than any other place in the United States of America. It was from this town and its gloomy, omnipresent shade that my mother escaped with me when I was only a few months old. It was in this town that I'd been compelled to spend a month every summer until I was 14. That was the year I finally put my foot down. These past 3 months, 3 summers, my dad, Charlie, vacationed with me in California for 2 weeks instead. It was to Forks that I now exiled myself, an action that I took with great horror. I detested Forks. I loved Phoenix. I loved the sun and the blistering heat. I loved the vigorous, sprawling city. Stephanie Meyer, The Twilight Saga. Now, in the passage, or the question here is, you're going to provide the specific setting of the story. The specific setting of the story. Is it A, Phoenix, B, Rainy Day, C, Forks, Washington, or D, Twilight? Specific setting of the story. For number 8, okay. For number 8, what is the correct answer for number 8? Okay. For number 8, the correct answer for number 8. Okay, first let's analyze the choices. Okay. Okay, first let's answer. Number 8, the correct answer is letter C. So letter C is the correct answer. Why? Why not Phoenix? Again, Phoenix was only it was only described as a place the narrator loves, right? So I love Phoenix. I love the sun and the blistering heat, right? But it's all about Forks, Washington. No? It talks about the Forks, Washington here. Next, here. So rainy day, it's not rainy day. Why? Because this is a weather condition. And twilight is the title, no? The title of the series, the Twilight Saga. So that means the setting of the story is Forks, Washington. Okay, let's continue. Now, number 9. It's 25 after 6, and the sky still has some shades of purple and orange. Oh, well, just like me, I am standing here in this secretive rooftop, overjoyed, yet there are still some fragments of fear and haze. I wonder if the sky is glad and excited about the night or if it is crying over the bright day that passed. So fell Dungo, higher than the rooftop. So what is the mood of the story? Mood of the story. Is it happiness, sorrow, confusion, or grief? Number 9, what's the correct answer for number 9? Anyone? Number 9. Okay, for number 9, the correct answer for number 9 is letter C, confusion. Why confusion? Okay, so here, um, overjoyed, no? Experiencing, here, overjoyed. So experiencing fear and haze. In the sentence, in the passage, no, I am standing here in this secretive rooftop, overjoyed. You are overjoyed, yet, no, there are still some fragments of fear and haze, right? Next, we have here the author described the sky as shade of purple and orange. Now, it is more like, it means a mix of emotions and uncertainty. You're not certain of what you are feeling, right? I mean, are you feeling happy? Are you feeling sad? Are you afraid? Are you in a haze or something? So that means it's more like confusion, okay? It's confusion. Why? So I wonder if the sky is glad and excited about the night, or if it is crying over the bright day that passed. Then purple and orange. You are overjoyed, yet fear and haze. It's more like mixed emotions. That means the author is confused. Or in the story, it's more like the mood is confusing or confusion. All right? So let's continue. Next, number 10. So, investing has been a hot topic for quite a while. Many people, specifically especially employees and entrepreneurs don't rely on time deposits and regular savings account to save and earn interests. The most common investments in the Philippines are through real estates, mutual funds, and trust funds. Although few people also join trading in the stock market, more and more Filipinos are not reluctant to invest in their money and diversify them to different money making wheels. Now, what does the article try to convey? Again, what does the article try to convey? Is it A, Filipinos are now willing to open different investments? B, Filipinos are wise in saving their money? C, Filipinos rely mainly on savings and deposit accounts? Or D, Filipinos invest in real estates, mutual funds, and trust funds? Again, we're trying to look for a statement that will relate to the article. That what is it trying to convey? So what does the article try to convey? Okay, number 10. Okay, let's find out. So here first, let's have letter C. Option C, Filipinos rely mainly on savings and deposit accounts. So it contradicts the article's content, right? Because the article is talking about funds, right? Trust funds, investments, right? So it's merely contradicting. So it doesn't convey, no, the this statement is not conveying anything relating to the article. Next, we have for letter B, Filipinos are wise in saving their money. Saving, no? Saving their money. Again, the article so mentions investing, no? Not specifically the wisdom of saving that money, no? This is morely like opinionated one, and the article mentions investing, not about Filipinos being wise in saving money. So option B and option C is out of the picture, are out of the picture. Now that leaves us with A and D. Now for D, Filipinos invest in real estates, mutual funds, and trust funds. So the article mentions these investments, but also discusses the broader trend of diversifying investments. Okay, so that means the correct answer is letter A. Filipinos are now willing to open different investments. Here, real estates, mutual funds, and trust funds. These are specific, right? But again, we're talking about diversify or diversification investments. No, that means different money making wheels, not just real estate, mutual funds, and trust funds, but also trading in the stock markets. Okay, that means the articles try to convey that Filipinos are now willing to open different investments. Okay, so let's continue. Number 11. There are no effective boundaries when it comes to pollutants. Students have shown that toxic insecticides that have been banned in many countries are riding the wind from countries where they remain legal. Compounds such as DDT and toxam, toxaphene have been found in remote places like the Yukon and other Arctic regions. Now, this paragraph best supports the statement that is it A, toxic insecticides such as DDT have not been banned throughout the world, B, more pollutants find their way into polar climates than they do into warmer areas. C, studies have proven that many countries have ignored their own anti-pollution laws. D, DDT and toxaphene are the two most toxic insecticides in the world? Number 11. What's the correct answer for number 11? Again, the paragraph focuses on the continuous or the continued use of banned insecticides. Okay, so let's have letter D. So DDT and toxaphene are the two most toxic insecticides in the world. So in the passage, in the paragraph, it doesn't make a comparative statement, right? So that means D is out of the picture. Next, C, the paragraph does not address whether countries have ignored their anti-pollution laws. C here is, it states that countries have ignored their anti-pollution laws. In the paragraph, it doesn't really specifically mention, countries have ignored their anti-pollution laws. The passage did not mention it. Now for B, more pollutants find their way into polar climates than they do into warmer areas. Again, does not provide a comparison. The statement or the paragraph does not provide a comparison between the amounts of pollutants in polar versus warmer climates. That leaves us with option A. No? Toxic insecticides such as DDT have not been banned throughout the world. So this sentence or statement best supports the statement. Okay? Again, we're focusing on the continued use of banned insecticides. All right, let's continue. Let's have number 12. So the correct answer for number 11 is letter A. How about for number 12? Most researchers in needy countries are based on the thinking and approach of the highly developed Western world, and seldom have they been directed toward meeting the country's own development needs. Now, the sentence best supports the statement that A. Highly developed countries offer the best guide for the development of needy countries. B. Most researchers done in needy countries are missing their objectives. G. Most it's not G, it's C, sorry. Letter C, most researchers have universal application. D. Needy countries need researchers to help them reach the status of the Western world. And E. Needy countries spend so much time for conducting researchers. Needy countries, that means poor, okay? Poor country. So the paragraph that states there, or the sentence, no, the sentence talks about researchers in needy countries focusing on Western world instead of meeting the country's own development needs. Now, which supports or which statement best supports the sentence? Okay, let's have first E. So, statement or the sentence in needy countries spend so much time for conducting researchers. So it focuses on the issue that research is not aligned with local needs, not on the time investment involved. So this is not relevant. Next, we have here D. The sentence does not advocate for needy countries to emulate the Western world or reach its status. Again, researchers are focused on Western approaches rather than addressing local needs. Okay? So this is also not correct. Now, for letter C, the sentence does not discuss the universality of researchers' work. So it critiques, no? It critiques the lack of focus on local needs. That's the state sentence all about. So this is also not the correct answer. For B, researchers in needy countries are often influenced by Western approaches, are not are not adequately addressing the unique development needs of their own countries, right? So here, most researchers, our objective, right, the researcher's objective is to um, address or direct the address of needs of the needy countries. But instead of focusing, instead of basing their thinking and approach on the countries, on the direct countries, they focused it on or they compare it on highly developed Western world, which is not really it, which is contradicting to their objective. And for A, highly developed countries offer the best guide for the development of needy countries. Again, in the sentence, here in the sentence, it criticizes the approach of relying on Western methods. That means the correct answer is letter B. Most researchers done in needy countries are missing their objectives. Why are they missing their objectives? Because the subject of their studies are the needy countries. Yet, they are basing their thinking and approach to the Western world and not directly on countries that needs own development. Okay, that means that leaves us letter B or option B is our correct answer. Okay, number 13. Critical reading is a demanding process. To read critically, you must slow down your reading and, with pencil in hand, perform specific operations on the text. Mark up the text with your reactions, conclusions, and questions. When you read, become an active participant. Now, this paragraph best supports the statement that A. Critical reading is a slow, dull, but essential process. B. The best critical reading happens at critical times in a person's life. C. Readers should get in the habit of questioning the truth of what they read. D. Critical reading requires thoughtful and careful attention. Or E. Critical reading should take place at the same time each day. So, which statement best supports the paragraph? 13. Okay, for number 13, let's have first A. So, critical reading is a slow, dull, but essential process. Yes, it states there that um, to read critically, you must slow down your reading, but it doesn't mean, or it did not mention there, that the process is dull. So, this is not correct. B. Um, the best critical reading happens at critical times in a person's life. So the text does not discuss, no, when critical reading should happen relative to a person's life circumstances. So again, it talks about critical times in a person's life. It's not relevant. Next, C focuses more on active participation and engagement rather than the habit of questioning truth. So again, it's not, because the passage or the paragraph focuses more on active participation and engagement. Next, E, it focuses on the nature of the process rather than suggesting a specific time for reading. So here, should take place at the same time each day. The paragraph did not suggest a specific time for reading. It's focusing on the nature of the process rather than. Okay, so the correct answer is letter D. So critical reading requires thoughtful and careful attention. So it describes the process of critical reading, which requires readers to slow down and engage with the text and mark it up. That means involves thoughtful and careful attention. So the correct answer for number 13 is letter D. Okay, how about 14 to 15? So this paragraph covers question 14 and 15. Now, official records state that the Pueblo Indians lived in New Mexico, and Arizona. The word Pueblo comes from the Spanish word pueblo, meaning town or village. The Spaniards found these Indians living in apartment houses, some of them on the side of a cliff, in order that they could be reached only by ladders. Whenever they were attacked by Apaches, the Pueblos would pull up the ladders. They grew corn, which they watered with water flowing down in ditches. They wove cloth, made wonderful baskets, and created jars and pots out of clay, proving how skillful they were at handcraft. Now, the Spaniards called these Indians Pueblos because they, what? Is it A, were close to the Apaches, lived together in a town or village, farmed and brought down water in ditches, D, pulled up their ladders when attacked, or E, achieved fame thanks to their handcraft? Okay, so number 14, obviously, the passage states the meaning of pueblo. So that means live together in a town or village. So the Spaniards call these Indians pueblos because they live together in a town or village. Okay? Yes. Now let's continue. This is the last question for our reading comprehension and the last question for tonight. Now, connected again, still the same passage. Now, the Pueblo Indians lived on the side of a cliff. Why? Is it, or which best completes the sentence? Is it A, although they had apartment houses? B, to observe the stars in the sky for rain season? C, so that they could provide themselves with shelters? D, and they didn't have a lake, a stream, or a pond? Or E, as long as they were all together? So this is more like about the reason, no? The reason why Pueblo Indians lived on the side of a cliff. Okay, so the correct answer for the last question is letter C. Yes, it's letter C, so that they could provide themselves with shelters away from the Apaches, or away from their enemies, so that they could pull up the ladders, no? So it is to provide them with shelters. Okay. So I think that would be all for today and tonight. So thank you so much for being with me from the start of the video up to the last question. No, so thank you so much for learning with me, and I hope that again you learned something today, and I hope you still review this and keep on reviewing. No, never stop learning. Again, please provide more resources other than this. Okay, so thank you so much and have a great night ahead of you, and good luck with your exam. Okay, so thank you and have a great night. Bye bye. Thank you so much.